Muir National Monument. This 558-acre monument just north of San Francisco is home to some of the tallest and oldest living trees on Earth, coast redwoods, which towers up to 250 feet and live for nearly 1,000 years. Beyond its trees, Muir Woods tells a much deeper story shaped by weather, water, earth, and time. The climate here is mild and maritime, thanks to its location near the Pacific Ocean. Summers are cool and dry, with average temperatures around 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Winters bring rain over 4 inches a month and drop temperatures to around 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In addition to the nourishment of rain, this forest experiences fog. Rolling in from the coast, fog wraps the redwood in moisture. Redwoods actually drink this fog, absorbing it through their leaves and roots, a unique ability to a dry summer season. Precipitation patterns are changing. Climate models project rising temperatures and more rainfall over the next century. Already, fog drips in summer and rain in winters define the forest's distinct seasons. Misty, dry summers, rainy, lush winters, warming springs, and cool, golden autumns. Muir Woods sits within the Coast Range, sheltered in the shadow of Mount Tamalpais at elevations ranging from sea level up to around 1,500 feet. Located at latitude 37.89 degrees north, this combination of elevation, coastal influence, and latitude creates perfect condition for redwood growth. However, the forest does not stand on air. It's rooted in ancient geology. Beneath your feet lies the Franciscan complex, a mix of soft, sheared rock and younger alluvium. Over time, this mix has weathered into humus-rich loam, moderately acidic, well-drained, and perfect for supporting redwoods and understory plants like ferns and redwood sorrel. Part of a living system, nutrients are constantly recycled by fungi, bacteria, and decomposers. Fallen logs, slowly returning to earth, becoming cradles for new life, offering both food and shelter. Mycorrhizal fungi form mutualistic relationship with tree roots, helping redwoods pull in water and minerals from the soil. The result is a complex network of habitats. Old-growth redwoods dominate the landscape, but you also find Douglas fir, tanawag, hardwoods, chaparral, and grasslands. These plants communities support a rich web of life, from banana slugs and salamanders to California red-legged frogs, coho salmon, and spotted owls. Even bats make their homes in the cool hollow of redwoods. Additionally, there is fire, a natural force that leaves a visible legacy in the forest. Many trees here are blackened with deep scars from the past wildfires, some wide enough to stand inside. These burns, some centuries old, tell us fire is not new, it is natural. In fact, fire clears the space for new growth, recycles nutrients, and assists in keeping ecosystems healthy. Today, the challenge is balancing this natural process with the protection of a beloved landscape visited by nearly 1 million people each year.
This old-growth forest is not only haven for majestic trees, but also a complex ecosystem teeming with unique life and intricate relationships. California giant salamanders, amphibians endemic to coastal forests such as Muir National Monument. Flourishing in the cool, moist environments of Redwood Creek, salamanders serve as both predator and prey, crucially maintaining balance among aquatic invertebrate populations. Redwood Creek flows as the site of continual projects, enhancing habitats for endangered species such as coho salmon. Coho plays central roles impacting life across the food web. However, during the 20th century, man-made alterations throughout the watershed resulted in detrimental effects on this environment. Fallen trees, critical for creating complex conditions and shelter for salmon, were removed. In addition, large boulders line Redwood Creek, constraining and simplify it. Consequently, coho salmon experience hardships surviving in simplified exposed waters, which result in their inability to mature and return for spawning. Currently, National Park Service and Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy collaborate to restore the well-being of Muir's watershed, supporting its wide range of biodiversity. Foundation species such as coast redwood shape and define this forest ecosystem. As the tallest trees on Earth, Redwoods have the ability to reach over 350 feet in height. Mature redwoods annually increasing their mass by 2,000 pounds. Each branch shelters endangered wildlife, producing clean air through innumerable leaves. Their towering presence influences light availability, soil composition, and moisture levels, supporting the diverse understory of plants and animals. Banana slugs are also crucial to the health of muirwoods, taking part in seed dispersal through carrying and depositing seeds. As decomposers, slugs continually break down dead plant matter and animal droppings, converting them to nutrient-rich soil, notably controlling growth of plants which could compete with redwood for sunlight resources. Abundant farms and wood forest floors, enhancing the landscape with bright green fronds and further protecting soil from erosion. Ferns and farm alleys are plants with vascular tissue, which do not produce seed. 13 types of ferns from 6 different fern families inhabit muirwoods. Other seedless vascular plants include horsetails and club mosses. Many reproduce clones through rhizomes, underground stems, which allow new ferns to sprout from existing roots. Additionally, ferns are central in ecological succession, providing dense coverage which assists after disturbance of fire or logging, as well as offering suitable environments for multitudes of other living creations. Over time, ecological succession shifts the forest landscape. Through it all, muirwoods remains a living system of foundational trees, keystone life, and complex biotic interactions. Predation by owls, salamanders, or insects regulates population, while herbivory through deer shapes the forest's understory. Essential mutualism include the relationship between mycorrhizal fungi and redwood's roots, which continually enhance nutrient absorption, while commensalism is witnessed through birds or bats sheltering in tree hollows. Life in muirwoods notably avoid direct competition through niche partitioning, utilizing different food resources as well as activity times. In addition, many insects take advantage of mimicry and camouflage, aiding in survival and representing the forest's thriving environment. Through its intricate system of life and relationship, Muirwoods National Monument is significantly greater than a simple forest. From coastal redwoods towering over 315 feet in height to creation's 10-inch banana slug, all life collaborate to sustain crucial aspects.
Prior to the 19th century, redwood trees prospered abundantly throughout the many coastal valleys of Northern California. However, growing populations raised demands for building supplies, which resulted in their vast removal through logging industries. Throughout 1905, William and Elizabeth Kent purchased this 558-acre core of the redwood forests upon realizing its value as one of the last uncut stands of old-growth redwoods in San Francisco's Bay Area. After donating it to the government, Muirwoods National Monument was officially proclaimed in 1908 by President Theodore Roosevelt, who notably stated in the proclamation, "And extensive growth of redwood trees embraced in said land is of extraordinary scientific interest and importance, because of the primeval character of the forest in which it is located, and of the character, age, and size of the trees." Famously named after conservationist John Muir, Muirwoods National Monument holds the significant place as the 10th national monument to be designated under the Antiquities Act of 1906, the first to be in proximity to a major city and the first to consist of formerly privately owned lands. Home to more than 380 different plants and animals, including 27 groups of mammals, 50 groups of birds, 12 groups of reptiles, and 5 groups of amphibians, Muir Woods continues to inspire many through its educational opportunities and preservation efforts. Although climate change models predict increasing temperatures, changes in precipitation patterns, and potential shifts in the distribution of coast redwoods, Golden Gate National Recreation Services confronts this issue through actions such as reducing carbon emissions or promoting renewable energy. Recent efforts focusing on restoring the Redwood Creek watershed suggest bright futures of increasing resilience concerning Muir Woods' ecosystem. More than 1 million visitors per year travel to Muir Woods in order to witness the stunning natural beauty of this forest and hike through the marbling coastal redwoods. With substantial resources including the visitor center, cafeteria, and over 6 miles of boardwalks, paved, and natural surface trails, the rich biodiversity of the redwood ecosystem showcases the vital role these ecosystems play in nutrient and carbon cycling. As a remnant of the Bay Area's once abundant redwood forests, Muir Woods National Monument stands strong, supporting life and restoration, inspiring innumerable visitors to continue in John Muir's famously quoted words, "Come to the woods, for here is rest. God's love is manifest in the landscape as in a face."